I'm very scared.
Do you want to be out of this, or are you prepared to go deeper into the hole?
We have all kinds of stuff in collections, as well as heading to collections.
When speaking to an agent, please quote reference number.
We spent a lot more than we actually made in a month.
This is nuts. Dean and I are in a lot deeper than either one of us realize.
Money, 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 money.
I've been with Kristy 3 years, married almost a year. I'm a chef at a restaurant downtown.
I'm a full-time receptionist. We have 2 children, Mason and Ryan is from a previous relationship.
So at the end of the month, we're going to be moving to an apartment where we're going to save on gas, water, electricity, we're going to have all our bills included.
I don't want to move. I think that whether we move there or we stay here, it'll be the same.
So basically, you're having trouble making your payments then?
That's right. I don't think Dean and I have ever paid a bill on time.
Because we never do that, you have the interest and you have all the other late fees. So that's definitely why we're in trouble.
I have student loans, credit cards, overdrafts, payday loans.
Our neighbor, we've borrowed money from her.
Oh my God.
I don't think we made a payment in 3-4 months on these guys.
When we need furniture, we go to sort of a rent-to-own furniture place.
We've bought a washer and dryer, digital camera, and a table set.
So it's a little more because you have a late fee of $11.50, okay?
Okay, then. 52?
Yeah, right now we have a TV that we're sort of paying off.
Since you don't have the money, this is how they got you.
I see people around me that they're able to go shopping and they're able to buy clothes from a clothing store and not a thrift store, and we can't do any of it. You said yesterday we can get haircuts.
We gotta pay our bills.
Unbelievable. I haven't had a haircut since my wedding, and that was well over a year ago.
I still have clothes that I've had when I was living with my parents.
I don't know if I can say 5 years from now that Dean and I will be together still. I don't. And if we're not, I can promise you it will be over finances.
Oh, so badly we need Gail's help.
This month, I'll help this couple move from red to black. I've been solving money problems for over 20 years, tackling everything from high finance to low income. I help people understand money and debt, which is still a huge mystery for most folks. And it's the #1 reason couples split up. So now I'm making house calls. Kristy and Dean are low-income earners who have made terrible mistakes when it comes to their money. They never pay bills on time, so their credit rating's in the toilet and interest is piling up. They're in the hole $40,000, and now their marriage is on the line. Hi, hope you don't mind. I'd like to just have a quick look around your house. I'll start in the basement. Kristy's mom lived down here and shared the rent. Now she's moving out and they just can't afford this house anymore. There's food in the fridge. It's not a lot of space, but it seems to be well used. This is a nice entertainment center. Free, you said.
Yes.
So I'm just gonna have a look upstairs.
Oh, God.
This is Ryan's room. Ryan is clearly a sports fan. And Mason's room, there's the bottom of the boat. They're providing a good life for their kids, but at what cost? When I looked at your tapes and went through all the finances, and here's what I saw. You're tired of being poor. Kristy, you think that this is the way things are always gonna be.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
And Dean, you're trying your best to hold it together, but you can't hold it together. You just don't make enough money. And so you're having no fun at all. There's no play. There's no sense of adventure. I have something to show you.
Okay.
Most people only spend about 25% of their variable income on life, which is everything from groceries to medical. It's all part of the expenses you have some control over. You, as a couple, are managing to spend a whopping 75% of your income on life.
How is that even possible?
On miscellaneous consumption, almost $2,000 a month in cash. That's virtually half your income every month.
That's not good.
And we don't even have any fun.
That's pretty sad.
That is.
You have about $40,000 owing. At your rate of $300 a month, it's gonna take you 21 and a half years to pay this off. And you will have paid almost $38,000 in interest. You could be like retired and then dead before this debt's gone if you don't speed it up a little bit.
The most shocking thing I heard was the interest that we'd be paying back after 20 years, $40,000. This is crazy to hear that.
Right now you're spending 125% of your income every month.
How is it even possible that we're spending 125% of our income? That's just crazy.
In 5 years, you'll owe $140,000.
Oh,
Oh my gosh.
that's not good.
You won't be able to buy a house of your own, and your relationship, it won't survive this. Kristy and Dean never learned to manage money, so they're making some very bad decisions. They grew up poor, but they don't have to stay that way. I can help them raise their standard of living, but they're going to have to change everything about the way they look at money. I'm going to give you some challenges to do, and if you do them successfully, I'll give you up to $5,000 to pay down your debt.
Sounds good.
Sounds great.
We're going to balance your budget and get it organized, get you guys communicating about your money, and we're going to get this debt repaid.
Sounds good.
So the very next thing you're going to do is go and get me your credit cards and your debit cards now. Up next, can Kristy and Dean come together to repair their dismal credit rating?
This is where the red sirens are going off in the call center. I'm very scared. I don't know if I want to try.
Money, money, money. Money, 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 money.
Kristy and Dean have been together for only 3 years, but money problems are threatening to tear their young family apart.
You want a haircut?
Yes.
Fine.
Together they earn a modest combined income of $60,000, but they've racked up $40,000 in consumer debt.
'Cause I hate struggling. I hate having to, I mean,
This is new to you?
no, it's
So
not
who
you.
cares?
Their debt repayments are so low, it'll take them 21 years to dig themselves out of this hole. To turn this around, they'll have to live by my rules.
I don't know.
For the next month, this couple will learn to live on a strict cash budget. No more credit cards. They'll complete weekly challenges to tackle their money and relationship issues. And if they're willing to change, I'll reward them with thousands of dollars. No changes, no money. No more credit cards. Thank you. Now that you don't have this as an option anymore, you have to live on cash. No, you have been living on cash. Virtually.
Yeah.
Spending half your income in cash. What went wrong?
We didn't have the jars.
That's it! No magic jars! Dean and Kristy thought they were doing the right thing by cashing their entire paycheck and living off the cash. What they didn't understand is it's not the cash that makes this system work. It's sticking to the budget. I have cut your variable spending by 60%, from $2,700 a month to about $1,200 a month. You will have $36 approximately for entertainment, $65 for transportation, $150 for food, about $19 for clothing and gifts, and about another $19 for other. Since you are spending so much money in cash, I don't even know how much money was usually going to this stuff. But from now on, you'll be tracking it. I have something for you. The budget binder. You have to write it down.
We were poor before. I don't know how we're living off of now 60% less than what we were living off of.
This week's challenge is called a Budget Booster Challenge. The only way you're going to get that debt repaid is to jack up what you're making. Dean, you have to find a way to bring home $400 more every month.
Hallelujah. I am so happy that Gail gave him that challenge because that's something that I've been bugging Dean about for months now.
I only make $13.25 an hour, but I'm just starting off in my career, so, I mean, you gotta start somewhere. Unfortunately, I'm at the bottom still.
Kristy, while he's off making more money, you have to find a way to lower the interest portion of your debt. So much of your money is going towards the interest, you can't get the principal paid down. You have to call your various creditors and negotiate to get the interest rate down.
I'm applying for some jobs.
Not really that much.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, thank you
Phil.
very much.
No problem. Good luck, man.
Okay, thank you.
Good day.
So, I was just wondering if you were hiring for any chef work or anything.
Full-time, part-time position?
Part-time.
Let me take a look at this. Let me see what I have available. I'll call you back in a couple of days or so.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Oh, we're not actually looking for anybody at the moment.
I'm very good at what I do. I work hard.
For English, press 1.
I'm pretty nervous. I'm hoping that it'll go well.
1 moment while we look up your account.
This is where the red sirens are going off in the call center.
Please hold for the next available customer service representative.
How may I assist you?
I wanted to talk to you about the possibility of perhaps having my interest lowered.
We don't touch the interest in terms of lowering it. We have programs for our cardholders. If they're struggling to make their payments, are you able to $92 a month for 3 months?
That sounds a lot more reasonable than what my statements have been showing.
Did you have a good week?
Yeah, I was a little worried because I asked them to lower our interest and they said no. I thought, oh my gosh, I failed my challenge.
And this is part of what you run into when you have lackadaisical payment history, is that people then want some sort of repayment and they take it out on you in the interest rate.
Yeah. I did manage to work out something with them. She said if we can make payments of $97 for 3 months,
Yes.
And do that on time, that they'll wipe out everything above and beyond that.
Kristy didn't fail. She got her payments lowered and she had the accrued interest wiped out. As long as she sticks to the repayment program, she's well on the way to repairing her rotten credit history. All you have to do is ask. Which brings me to you. Because you went asking for something this week too, didn't you?
Yeah, I was asking for a raise or more overtime. Unfortunately, I didn't get the raise.
Okay.
But I got plenty of overtime.
And did you look for other kinds of work?
Yeah, I
How
went
did
around
that
to
go?
the local restaurants, and one of them actually hired me for one of the local events we have here once a year.
Excellent.
So I just got to work at least 2 weekends out of a month, and
Right.
I'll be able to cover it. I believe I can do it.
Okay.
For sure.
Now, there's one other issue I want to talk to you about. You have this propensity to rent your life. What are you paying for this TV?
$20 a week.
What would it cost you to buy a similar TV set today cash?
$350 maybe.
I want you to add up what it's going to cost you over the long term and what it would cost you to just buy it. Now come with me, because I have your very next challenge.
Oh, I thought that was the challenge.
No, that's not the challenge, that's extra homework.
Okay.
This week's challenge is a future plan challenge. You will have plans to move in the future, right?
We've decided to leave the house that we're in now because we can't keep up with the bills and the utilities. It's killing us.
This week I want you to plan everything to do with the move, what it will cost, what supplies you will need.
I've moved many times in my life and have never worried about the cost or thought about what's involved.
Now I hear you already have plans.
I was thinking about doing a garage sale this weekend, getting rid of a bunch of junk and trying to raise some money for the move.
It's a good idea. Up next, can Kristy and Dean anticipate everything they'll need for the move?
So why do I still feel like we're forgetting something?
Money, 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 money. Money, 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 money.
I've slashed Kristy and Dean's budget by 60%. Now they're living strictly on cash. Low incomes, bad credit, and poor money management have landed them $40,000 in the hole.
To go one day without a creditor calling would be amazing.
This week, Dean and Kristy have to make a plan and budget for their upcoming move. A move they hope will cut down on their household operating expenses. Succeed and they'll earn up to $5,000 to apply to their debt.
You have $60 worth of pizza? Really? We're not having that many movies, are we?
We've got all my uncles coming. They're all huge men.
We have boxes of movers already covered.
I think it's our phone. What about a babysitter? For Snickers and the cat and the kids.
She knows we're moving. She knows we're tight on money.
Do you think 40?
With the loan of a truck and a platoon of family volunteers, Kristy and Dean think their move will cost them only $150. So that's what they'll need to earn at the sidewalk sale. Kristy and Dean have come a long way so far. Their rent-to-own television was going to end up costing them 10 times what it was worth, so they've taken it back. And they're moving to a new apartment, so their living expenses will be lower. Now all that's left to be seen is if they can still have fun together on an entertainment budget of just $36 a week. That's at the heart of my next challenge. You had a stellar week, and you can hardly wait to tell me.
We had a garage sale that took place on Saturday, and we made about $175.
Wow!
And then we went over our moving budget, and we found out
Show me.
everything's actually going to cost a lot less.
Why is your babysitter costing you nothing now?
Because I'm a charmer, and I called her, and have I told you lately how much I love you? What do I want? So it turns out our budget is actually only $50. So I think the rest is all going into our TV fund because something's missing over there.
You took the TV back. You'll be living without interest charges.
Yes.
So there's got to be something for that.
It felt good. I mean, it felt good. I was really worried about taking it back, but once it was gone, I was like, oh, wow, that's nice.
So success all around.
All around success.
I have another challenge for you, naturally.
Of course.
I'll call it a relationship rescue challenge. If you don't get on the same page about the money, it's going to destroy the relationship. So I have for you what I like to call an office in a box that includes everything you will need. You have to explain how it works to Kristy.
All right.
Because you've been virtually vacant when it comes to managing the finances. Having a system is what keeps you on track.
I'm used to doing the old system by just stuffing things in an envelope or just my little file thing. But now I got this, the box, it's wicked. I'm so excited to use it. I'm just going to use it tonight.
Dean is ready to show Kristy the office in a box. The first step in working together on managing their money.
I think from now on, I should probably sit down with you when you do it. At the least, every 2 weeks or every month about what's being paid, what's not, what's going on with our finances.
Kristy thinks this is the challenge. But the real challenge is the surprise date Dean has planned.
So just give me this stuff. Just head in the front seat there. Go ahead.
Dean has Kristy believing they're going back to the old house to clean floors.
Hello? Were you parking on the side street? Where are you taking me? When we passed the house, I had no idea what was going on. I was just really annoyed that he wouldn't tell me where we're going. Did you plan this out?
I just want to spend some time with you. Is that okay? Here we are. Get out, let's go for a walk.
What? Aw, my favorites.
We're gonna go for a little picnic, you and I.
Get out.
Yes.
That's the exact path I took when I was walking over here to marry you. This place where we're having the picnic is really, really special to me because we just got married in this exact spot 1 year ago. I'm so impressed with you.
Up next, will love be enough to get Kristy and Dean back on track?
Money, 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 money. Money, 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 money.
Every month, Kristy and Dean are digging themselves $1,200 deeper in debt. Now they've got $40,000 in consumer debt hanging over their heads, and they don't have a clue how to get out from under it. I told them to start tracking their spending so they can stay on budget. And I wanted Dean to show Kristy that she doesn't need to spend a lot to have fun.
Trust me.
What?
Trust me.
No.
Succeed, and they'll earn up to $5,000 to keep paying down their debt. I hear that you had a beautiful date.
Yes, we did.
So now you know that when you do little things like that for each other, you can turn what can be perceived to be a mundane life into something very special. But you have to work at it. Is this all sorted out?
All sorted out.
The magic box.
Oh, I got everything in there. We organized everything.
Are you going to start participating?
We're going to do things a lot different from here on out.
So you're not going to be an ostrich?
No, I won't be an ostrich anymore.
Good. You know, when I got here, you guys were headed for about $140,000 worth of debt. And I'm happy to say with the $900 that we've set aside for your budget for debt repayment, in 1 year, 5 of your 6 creditors will be gone.
Yes.
That's
All that's left is your student loan. You just keep applying as much as you can. So we also have in your budget $100 for emergencies and $200 for saving. You take that $200 and you stick it in a retirement plan at just 5%, which is not a lot.
Yeah.
30 years, $300,000 in savings.
Wow.
You learned a few important lessons. You figured out that if you don't have enough income, you have to go out and make more money.
Yes.
But you also have to work on trimming your expenses.
Yeah.
You learned you have to get organized. And you learn to communicate again. Okay, you're doing that beautifully. I think you've done very well. So I have for you a check for $5,000 to help you pay down your debt.
Wow. Awesome.
Thank you.
I have something else. It's not in the bag. It's under the bag.
Perfect.
So all we're gonna do is take the $5,000 and pay off as much debt as we can with it.
It's gonna be nice that Kristy's on the same page with me now, you know? We're not gonna argue about little silly stuff.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.